We're at the very, very final stage of the review with the Ministry of Mining, and everything looks good. I mean, they're happy with our responses. Everything that they requested, we responded. And so we're at the final stage with them.
Okay.
So we'll see. It's this month, July, or next month, July, or August. We're hopeful we will get the permit. And for a junior to cut to reach this stage, I mean, it's not common. It's not very common. The role within the company started as a technical advisor with my background in mining, PhD in mining
Hmm.
from University of Toronto, and last 25 years I've been working in mining. So got a chance to work on different projects, different mining projects at different stages for different companies. So I started as a technical advisor, advising on initially on the development of the proprietary process on the processing, and then after that on the development of the mining project on the permit, and pretty much now I'm involved in day to day pretty much everything. We do have daily meetings with Frank and Barry. We discuss everything, and as of recently I joined as a board member, so now I'm also a director. Yeah. There's a good knowledge in hydrochloric acid leaching, so it's an industry that's very well developed. As far as hydrochloric acid leaching for magnesium, there's a company in Europe, in Austria, that already been in operation for the last 20-25 years. So they already so this technology or this process already been proven on commercial stage. The people who worked with this company, Tenova and Andritz, they have good knowledge and experience. They are the ones who design equipment and design the whole plants. And we're working with these companies. So as far as our record rich ore, uh, they asked that we do our own work initially to see if the lab work will support leaching with hydrochloric acid. If we can prove that up to a pilot scale, then yes, they will take it from there. They don't see that there's any issue in commercializing the process, because it's already been. I mean, that pretty much is going to be a similar design for the commercial plant. So, when I joined the company about 4 years ago, the testing was done. It was proven, but we wanted to do more than test. We wanted to optimize the process, make sure every part of, I mean, you see it on the screen. There's the left part, there's the top part, this one, this one. We wanted to make sure that the recoveries are there, and the purity of the product, the highest purity, and we wanted to make sure that the regeneration of the acid is also there. So all of this, and so we got the silica product on the left side, we got the iron and the nickel in the middle, we got the magnesium oxide on this side, the purification of magnesium on the top. We wanted to make sure that all of this had been tested and optimized, and this was done. So when we took these results back then, the company was working with Tenova. Tenova was happy with the results, and they said we can now pretty much design your commercial plant. They recommended to run a demo plant, demonstration plant. Uh, After that, we had a discussion through a lab in Toronto. I had a discussion with them about demonstration plant because of the cost. It will cost about 20 to 25 million dollars, and the need to have to develop and operate a demonstration plant. Uh, the lab in Toronto, and a gentleman who's a senior who had tested, a lot of projects, a lot of demonstration plans, advised for this specific one to only run a pilot, a small pilot, and put me in touch with Andres in Austria. And Andres, another company like Tenova, that already design equipment and have a great deal of experience and knowledge in magnesium leaching, in magnesium chloride leaching. So we had a discussion with them, and they supported the idea that demonstration plant for this specific project is not needed. You just have to develop a pilot, a small pilot, 2, 3 months testing. And once you get the results, share the results with us, and that will be more than enough to initiate a feasibility study of the commercial plan. And that's what it is. The pilot is about Canadian dollars, about 550,000.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's a big difference from $25 million demonstration plan development and running it for 2 years.
Yeah.
This is now a pilot plan that costs 550,000 Canadian, about 400,000 American, and run it only for 2 months. Like the lab in Toronto that I'm dealing with, they have the equipment. So all what they need is put together their own equipment, do some adjustment, and that's why the cost is really low, because we're using existing equipment. We already sent them the lab about 1 ton of ore samples. It was only the funding for the project, because it's been like 1 year. Any funding that the company will do, mainly through private placement, pretty much 100% going to the permit. We thought we would be finished with the pilot about a year ago. 1 year passed, and it's just one thing after another for the permit. So that took most of our time and funds. The commercial plant will be based on the production of about 90,000 tons of magnesium oxide high purity, and pretty much the same number for the silica, high purity silica. So the price tag on the commercial plant is about $250 to $275 million US dollars, and it will take development about 3 years. So while we're developing the plant, we have a chance to sell the ore, sell the rock to already have a partner in US, Galaxy Magnesium. Galaxy will ship it to, you know, a destination, Korea or somewhere where they will process it. In the meantime, we'll wait 3, 4 years to develop our own plant. We're hoping that we can amend the permit, because currently the permit is at 200,000 tons mining of ore. So all the testing that had been done is just to prove that science, the hydrochloric acid leaching also works on the serpentine ore from our deposit. And that's been ready. And the results show, I mean, the best quality, the best purity products for magnesium and for silica, in addition to the nickel and the iron. This has already been proven. It's in this part of the flow chart. Once you purify the magnesium, because I mean, at this stage, after you remove the silica, and then here you remove the iron with the nickel, what's left here is pure, over 99% magnesium chloride. That's what Andres is asking us to do during pilot. What they're looking for is what's the purity of the magnesium chloride. Because if this is the same one as in Europe, as in other application, because they do magnesium chloride all the time, bring in magnesium chloride and making magnesium oxide, that's the beauty about their one equipment that they make. It's called a spray roaster. And a
Mm.
spray roaster is like a stack, and then you bring it the heat, whatever the temperature is, and you evaporate the solution. So what goes up is the vapor, and this is where the chlorine and the hydrogen, and then you condense it, and they do condensation, comes back as liquid and goes back to the process.
Mm.
And they have the efficiency is like the highest efficiency, almost 100% of the acid will come back
Okay.
regenerated. Now at the bottom, it starts snowing at the bottom and comes down as white powder, and that's the magnesium oxide. So it
Mm.
has at the bottom is the product, which is the magnesium oxide white powder. At the top, this is the vapor, gets condensed and comes back as hydrochloric acid. This is one equipment, but
Okay.
this is critical in the process. If your magnesium chloride happens to have impurities, then what comes down, it doesn't come down as 98% or magnesium oxide. So that's what they're asking us. Run pilot, don't do more than that, and show us from the pilot that your magnesium chloride solution is as the samples that you have, the data that you give us makes it an emission, because as you see, everything comes out as a product. There's no carbon in the ore, and
Yes.
so there's no emission. While on the other side, the magnesite has carbon in it. So when you calcine it, when you put heat, it will come out as carbon dioxide. So as far as emission, there's no way to compare between this and
Yeah.
that.
We.
I, we testing was done on this one. So silica comes out. Silica does not leach in hydrochloric acid, so it stays as residue, and it gets filtered out from the start. But it comes out with impurities, so you have to refine it. Now you can sell it as a construction product, and everything green here is a product. So you can do some mechanical upgrade and sell it as a construction product, or you can bring it down here and you leach it with sodium hydroxide, and you can and you do filtration, and that's where you get the water glass. This is the sodium silicate, and it's a good product. You can sell it and it has a good price if you're satisfied with the sodium silicate, the water glass as a product. Or you do one step further and you leach it with sulfuric acid, so you purify it with sulfuric acid, and you do the filtering. You take the sodium out, and you are left with 100, like close to 100% SiO2, 99.99, whatever. And this has already been tested in the lab. There are people in Europe that are specialized in the processing of silica, so that will be given to European company.
Uh,
Same applies to the iron. Iron comes out with the nickel in it. This is a saleable product. It's a high purity
mhm.
iron with
Yeah.
nickel. You can give it to another party to refine it further and take the iron oxide, the highest purity iron oxide, and the nickel chloride or oxide. Or if clients are there and you end up signing off takes for all of these products, you integrate it under one roof and you make the silica and you make the nickel and you make everything. But if you
Okay.
keep it simple, if you want to keep it simple for the magnesium, yeah, all of these iron filter cake, all the water glass, you can sell it as this product, and the high purity magnesium. There's a good chance the company's plant will be developed either in US, or maybe go to another province where you can get support, and that support will be maybe financial support and other support to get your permit, but that's the plan. That's pretty much what the plan is. So sell the ore, get them to develop their plant. It might take a little while. They will store the ore. They want to secure the raw material, so they want to secure the ore. You don't develop a plant like this one until you already have the ore and you secured it for long term. That's why the companies plan after 3 or 4 years to double the mining output, so it can support the plant by the off-taker and our own plant in three,
I
4 years. We're sharing with them all our information, everything, so to facilitate the development of their plant. So it's a win-win. But
Good.
for us to find a plant as such with hydrochloric acid to and just do some change, some amendment, we have not find a similar. So what they are doing, they're lucky to find a plant as such and not start from scratch.
Mm.
Unfortunately, this option is not available for us. It's mainly imported based on numbers that I saw. More than 55% of the magnesium oxide is imported to US. Yeah, I mean, there are many uses, especially when it comes to high purity. There
Yes.
are many uses. Right now, it's used in hydromet, in hydrometallurgy. There's a lot of demand in Africa for high purity magnesium oxide. Um, but on the other hand, in addition to the pharma, in addition also the idea that magnesium ingot can be produced from high purity magnesium oxide. That's another product that can be added. And US will need, and the world will need more magnesium ingot in the future if we want to continue on the path of producing lighter cars, especially EV and stuff. So as far as the use and the market for magnesium oxide, it's there. The CAGR is very high CAGR, two digit, 10, 12%. Yeah, I think yeah, that's a very legitimate question, and for a junior, it's not easy. If this was a project of base metal or precious metal, would have been a lot easier because there are a lot of the market because the market dictates the price of the precious metals and the base metals, and the demand is there. When you say magnesium, not a lot of people understand magnesium, and there are so many products and so many uses, and the industry is limited to a few players, and dominated by mainly by China. So,
I know.
so there are many reasons why. But if this wasn't a junior company like West High Yield and the funding was there, this could have been developed a bit faster. I mean, we put the operating cost at $40, everything included.
Mm.
So we're left with $460. But then you need to pay the taxes and all of that.
Yeah.
But EBITDA is about 72,000 in the first year. So that's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, there are a lot of parties out there, including the market shareholders themselves, just waiting for that day when we
Mm.
get it. So this is we're hoping that it will be a different share price once we get the permit